signs that the
right.
current economic policy will bail Nigeria out of its economic predicament.
All right. I mean, Chief, you happen to come from the south. There's a lot of problem coming from a river state. We saw a lot of persons who are protesting that the appointment of the sole administrator at a time, of our democracy, 26 years of practicing democracy, and we are inviting the military back to democracy, is not going down well. As a chieftain, as one who has understand the journey of this democracy, do you feel that intervention of the president was on the right steps?
It was. And historically, we have always had state of emergencies. The first state of emergency in Nigeria was declared in 1964. And what happened, the scenario of what played out in 1964 in western region of Nigeria is similar to what played out in Rivers State that led to the declaration of a state of emergency. When that crisis started, I wrote an article and said that, look, all the people who are involved in that crisis, that crisis that was simmering, that they should learn from the experience, the historical experience of 1964. What happened in 1964? The Action Group was a party in power, and the leader of that party was Chief Obafemi Awolowo. The premier was Chief Akintola, and there was an disagreement between Chief Akintola and Chief Obafemi Awolowo over whether or not they should support the government at the center. The government at the center was headed by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Chief Awolowo was the leader of opposition in the federal parliament. So he was against any form of engagement, any form of interaction or coalition with MPC. Chief Akintola was premier and also the deputy leader of Action Group. He was disposed to aligning the western region with the central government. So that disagreement led to a fight in the Western Nigeria House of Assembly in 1964. And the federal government intervened and declared a state of emergency in the Western region to prevent a breakdown of law and order, and appointed a sole administrator.
So this is a repetition of
Yes.
that event.
And in also Obasanjo's period, we saw him, he also declared emergency in, I think, Plateau State, I think in Ekiti State, and suspended the governors. And then Jonathan too, also we had the emergency were declared in some local government areas in, western Adamawa State and Borno at the height of the Boko Haram crisis. What does the Constitution say? The Constitution says if there is an apparent breakdown of law and order, or if the country is at war, or if there's an emergency, maybe natural disaster, and the president feels that to restore law and order, an emergency has to be declared, then he has to. You remember the Supreme Court came out with a judgment about Rivers State. The Supreme Court said there was no government in Rivers State because the governor refused to allow the House of Assembly to operate. The governor made sure that the House of Assembly was shut down.
Because they defected.
The governor also allowed only 4 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly out of a House of 33 members. The quorum is 1/3. 1/3 of 33 is what? Simple arithmetic. 1/3 of 33 is about 11 or so. So at least for the House to form a quorum, 11 members have to sit. For them to pass an appropriation law, 2/3 of and then prepare for the elections. We have not seen all that. All these processes I've mentioned is what we went through. You know, and it will take a long time. So this is 2005.
25.
Next month, it will make second anniversary of the coming into power of President Tinubu.
2 years.
And you say you want to merge, you say you want to form a coalition, then you have not done anything, nothing. Just only what we hear is press releases, IPing, you know, in the media, on the social media. So so much noise, but nothing is on ground. So I don't think they want to emerge because all of them are very ambitious people. Atiku wants to be president, P2B wants to be president, Kwankwaso wants to be president. So maybe Rufai wants to be president. And at the end of the day, what have they done to show Nigerians that they want to merge?